Well, welcome. This is a wonderful day, which is a fun video to shoot because it's going to be done in several parts. The first part we have today is to talk about this, probably one of my biggest feats in an apartment combination with a lovely couple and their young twins. British influenced, a lot of fun color and boldness and design. And we start here with, pretty sure this is the Design Guild. It's either Design Guild or Schumacher, no, this is Schumacher. This is definitely Schumacher for the wallpaper here, and also the tile in the foyer is British. Using Forbes and Lomax, these wonderful clear plates where I had to match the wallpaper and cut it in so that you don't see the plates kind of recede. The idea of this apartment combination was, and of course my wonderful pocket door touches I wanted to separate the entrances. This is a ground floor unit in the corner. And so what happened in the story of this is that the couple moved in, bought the 2-bedroom. We were agreeing to do not as much on the 2-bedroom, and then the 1-bedroom here next to it became available, and I'm standing right next to where the wall was. And you can see up here there's a beam. We had a lot to figure out. There was a sponsor who uses the cheapest finishes, typically less is they're all about not spending money. And we needed to bring the two together, try to make it reflect the owner's taste. The floors, figuring out what to do between the two apartments and how to make it combined was quite a challenge. So this is all a new herringbone floor with a border and the different species detail. It's cherry that runs around it. They kept a natural finish because we wanted to tie in the old parquet, which we'll see as we walk through. But it was really important, besides our soft closed doors, we wanted to make sure that we can keep the noise of the public space, because they're right next to the entrance and the lobby of the building, like literally one apartment away. But we thought, okay, so with the British influence and inspiration that they have, we've got these wonderful Pembridge chandeliers, which I think are just darling. My custom built, we did railings. I'm just thrilled that they're so bold with their color. Storage bench and drawers. Completely changed up the details, the moldings. We brought in, I custom made moldings besides upgrading the electric to tie into the original history of the building, because it's about 100 years old. Had to tie into some existing moldings, but we were trying to combine the floors and keep it natural, which was an interesting challenge. We have one more final coat later this afternoon, and I was thrilled to be able to move this whole project faster forward because of the kids going to school after Labor Day, and my plans in life was, people turning 90 and my mom and all that stuff. So today we're literally next week moving them in, and it's 2 weeks ahead of time with some things, which is what the fun part of storytelling is you'll see things here that are going to be callbacks to finish, but they're not a big deal. One of them that's a lot of fun is this whole dining room service. The Sub-Zero refrigerators that are under cabinet, this is a wine fridge, took a year ahead of buying. We purchased it a year ahead, and it slipped a couple months, and so it was last fall, and now here we are, end of August, and it looks like we won't see that until maybe end of next month. But we have the custom door that'll match the other side of it because we really just wanted to have the details work. This is an Armach, beautiful hardware, Armach Martin from England. We used different fittings, different plates for the mirror. We raised, they did instead of an uplight, they did a downlight. So I had to raise the location of the light box, and that mirror actually cracked. So that's an antique glass mirror. We covered the beam, and that'll come back next week. We'll put that on. We had to get the right kind of vinyl bumper behind the plates so that no metal touches glass because it cracks. I pulled reeded glass into some of the details because this is inspired by plain English. So it's an inset door. The railing, Ball railings, is I think a wonderful color and contrast with drama and the natural color of the floors. They left the kitchen. I think because the sponsor already had done the kitchen, it seemed like the right thing to do for them. And that's why we added all this storage. Because honestly, what you're seeing is the room and what we've done. So we have a phenomenal paneled wallpaper, Philip Jeffries. It almost looks like a mural, which is a lot of fun. Pulled in the Forbes and Lomax. Again, these clear plates so that you put the wallpaper behind the invisible plate is what they call it. And it just really literally makes such a difference in how it recedes and it's not a focus. The wallpaper should be the focus and the statement. And our through-the-wall landmark building, I had to have all the through-the-wall units, air conditioners. This is a bigger one, 42 inches. And the custom grills, and we use vanilla noir. Caesar stone is the countertop with the bullnose edge. That I think pairs just beautifully with the railings built-ins. Cleaned all the windows. We have wired window treatments coming in from Hunter Douglas. It's the Pirouette, which is kind of a lovely alternative to what is a fabric. You know, the fabric actually is curved when it moves up and down. Those will not be here for probably another, my guess is 5 weeks. So part 2 of this will be when we can come back with all the furniture in, all the lights, you know, all of the mirrors and everything finished, and the wine refrigerators in and the panel doors on, and so we'll have actually finished photos and artwork to cover we can't cover the breaker panels right now, so we have to wait till inspection. But what we're going to do is come over here to the master suite and talk about, because here we have a transition where I intentionally I'm tying everything into the existing floor height. And the storytelling is for us that it's the old combined with the new, and we think it works quite nicely because they just did not want to give up the old floor, so there you have it. But let's take a break now and go back and see the master primary suite. So we decided to add, because this is really the primary suite, this additional door so that we have a public bath here. Actually, you know, when you're in the family room in the kitchen, you can run over to the bath, but you also have as a primary suite, then you can have privacy, close the door, and it becomes a bath en suite, which I think is really important. We'll take photos of the bathroom because it's tiny, the typical, you know, tub and shower, and 5'7", I think is what it is, and take a look at the bedroom. Actually was our storage room, so we'll come look at this, but the fun part of that is the wallpaper and the wallpaper story. So we've talked about the primary bath, which was done by the sponsor, and they decided to leave it, which is really kind of the classic herringbone, you know, marble floor and subway tile, which is I think beautiful and classic. And so again, we tied in all these metal. I actually did custom casings to tie into all the existing metal frames from like 19 whatever it was. I think it was in the 1910s or so when this one was built. And you see, it's just interesting. Here they have more herringbone floors, so that's why we picked up the herringbone. And it's odd. There's so many different sizes of parquet and herringbone in these units. It's just we decided to be in keeping with that. The fun part about this is that this is what happens once in a while. I don't usually allow customers to do this, but this is our storage room where they kept what they couldn't move when they moved out to live elsewhere. We actually started this project in April and we're officially done, you know, end of September. So combination of getting the permits for the combination for the B side. This is the A side, and the B side was a bit longer. We had all the landmark permits approved in advance because we were putting all of the through the wall units, through the air conditioners in every room, and then now we basically had to move stuff, so they had to have this movable for us. We put in Designer Guild's wallpaper, which I I love for them, this primary room. And lights in the closets. There's a little closet near the front entrance, and then this unit here, we'll come back and photograph after we're done so that we see what it looks like furnished, which is a lot of fun. So we created this unit because this, I wanted to integrate the windowsill, and we'll have photographs of that so that you can actually see what happens when you have a radiator and an air conditioner, and we have to keep the access panels, where they need to be for accessing and turning things off and on. And then a desk area, probably makeup's good for makeup or good for just an office desk in the bedroom, I guess. Probably makeup table. And the window treatments will probably come in about a month. But let's go back now and take a look at part B, apartment B, which is the 2-bedroom side that we joined to create this 2,200 square foot apartment.